Lying 3 miles southwest of the small town of Torquay, Victoria, along what's now known as the Surf Coast, Bells Beach is perhaps Australia's most iconographic surf spot. Its long, fat, fast swells have provided a focus for the growth of global surf corporations and for hardcore myth and legend.
Bells just has that mystique, you know, and you sit out there surfing, just looking at these ancient cliffs, and you just feel like you're pretty well in an amazing part of the world. And I think it's that tradition is what makes Bells so special.
Down here is so raw, and it's just such, authentic surf culture. It's freezing cold, but you're out there, you still want to get up there for the sparrows fart surf and trying to beat everyone out there, and there's just something about it that everyone loves to be here and loves rugging up and just getting good waves.
The fact that Bells Beach is actually the first designated surfing recreation reserve in this country affords it a lot of protection from development going forward. So, there's going to be people able to come to Bells 10, 15, 20 years from now, and they'll be looking at very much the same thing that we're looking at right now.
The history of Bells as a surfing beach extends back to the late 40s when a group of Torquay-based surfers and body surfers began riding their motorbikes out to Bells along the cliff tops, surfing the waves in the shore break, and catching crayfish in the rock pools. The beach earned its name much earlier from the Bell farming family who owned the land behind the cliffs. Bells Beach is also the place where the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach event is held every year.
The fact we're on the very bottom of Australia means there's nothing between us and the Antarctic. And so the weather systems that give us swell are basically coming straight out of the Antarctic.
It already had the prestige of being probably the number one surf contest, definitely in Australia, if not the world. And then I think it's the place itself, it's not built up. It's like, the Bells Cliffs look exactly the same now as they did probably, 50,000 years ago. So it's quite pure. The local people have done a great job maintaining the natural environment here. And then there's the wave, it's a great wave. It can be a really difficult wave to surf, but, when you see a deep Southern Ocean swell pumping through, and dare I say it, corduroy to the horizon, it's one of the great sights you'll ever see in surfing.
Obviously snapper you can just rock up and surf it, pretty much anyone can surf it, but whereas here it's a lot more tricky. It's got a few different boils that you have to sit off, and you really got to know the wave, and you've really got to surf the wave for what it is. You can't just attack it, you just got to flow with it.
Easter at Bells has seen everything from the debut of Simon Anderson's thruster surfboard design to party scenes of unrivaled madness to wins by some of the sport's greatest legends. While the conditions this year were not the best, in 2009, the waves were world class.
It's just the history of the place. I think how many good surfers have walked down that little staircase there, and it's always a dream of mine to be here.
Takes you a while before you've seen all the tides and all the winds and all the, the different swell sizes. So, you just don't turn up and rip and go home famous. Takes a while here.
For Joel Parkinson, 2009 was a good start into the season. It was only at the end of that season where Mick Fanning was able to beat him and get the title. This year it is on, and Kelly Slater rang the bell for his 4th time. We'll see if that's an omen for this season.